As you've probably already guessed, these are my eBay sales from the last 24 hours. It's Andrew from 510 Books. I am here in my shipping station, in my second location, bookstore. And I sold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 items, although that was on Amazon. So 8 on eBay, 1 on Amazon. Really awesome sales. It is Friday. It's the last day of February 28th, 2025. And between Thursday and this morning, because this one came in while I was literally here, already printing out the labels, I had 8 eBay sales, which is awesome. Been on a roll with my eBay sales this week. I don't know if there is a correlation. Some say there is, some say there isn't. But this week I have been listing more while I've been in the store. I just made a rhyme. And I've had more sales. It does not, I don't attribute it to the sales. But if you want to, that's fine. Bottom line for me is, and should be for you, the more you list, the more you sell. Whether you do 100 listings one day a week, or you do 10 listings a day, whatever it is, get your stuff up, right? You buy it to flip it, immediately list it, or plan to list everything that you have piled up. If you have all these books piled up and they're ready to go, you know what you're going to price them, etc. Take photos of them, list them, get them up there. No one's ever bought items on eBay that's not listed. Obviously, it's got to be listed. So list. You don't have to do it every day. Do a little bit each day. You can do a bunch on a couple days, all of it on one day. But what I've been doing this week is listing a little bit each day. Sometimes, I've listed up to like 20 items in one day this week. And so a little tiny bit of what I've been listing has sold, but most of it is what I've already had up. So take that for what it is. So I sold this Agatha Christie book lot, which I just listed 2 days ago. It's the second vintage paperback book lot that I sold from all of those vintage. I think I had 8 of them. So 2 out of 8's not bad in the first 2 days. That sold for $34.99 after all eBay fees and shipping. I made $25 and change. Not bad. There's 20 of them in there. I also sold these all sealed DVDs. There's 44 of them. I sold it for $34.99 plus shipping. So these are mostly just movies, like there's West Side Story, whatever. There's some kids stuff in there as well. And then I also sold the loose kids DVDs. So these are all kids stuff. Mostly movies. There's also some Baby Einstein. I sold it. I took an offer of $25 plus shipping. Happy to do it. So that's awesome. Then this is also from those Gaylords. Again, all of these are from those first 2 Gaylord. The second Gaylord, sorry. And those loose discs are from the second Gaylord, and this is from the second Gaylord. So all of that counts towards getting back my money. And speaking of that, I'm almost halfway there, like really close to being halfway to making back, half of the money that I spent on those Gaylords. I also sold this for a very low amount. This is one of those that's selling because I have a really high promotion running right now, 44% off. So that sold. It's an MP3, like an audiobook. This book sold, Super Nutrition Handbook, for $10. I took an offer. This came from a really lucrative donation from more than a year ago, and there's still some of that stuff. It's a lot of like 60s, 70s books regarding like nutrition, that kind of thing, kind of off the wall stuff. So I've done well with that. So happy to get rid of that. This one sold for $15. Took an offer. Much older book from 1913, The Stock Exchange from Within. Glad to get rid of that. This one was an awesome sale. I Will Not Eat Stone, A Woman's History of Colonial Asante, Social History of Africa. I sold this for $39.99. Picked this up in a local college. They were getting rid of their books. Professors were leaving, and there was a ton of books that they needed gone at the end of the summer. So I made a video about it. I don't know how many boxes it was, but anyway, this is one of them. I was in August of last year, so that sold as well. So these are really nice sales over the last 24 hours. Excited about it. I'm going to keep listing, keep finding quality stuff. You should do the same. What's exciting is the fact that I finished going through all of those books, and now I have an empty pallet. Yes. Again, I found some great books. Great books that are that are going to fill my bookshelves here in this store and my second location, and some others to sell online. So I'm thankful for it. It just took a while to get through everything. I already listed the 3 books for Amazon that I found. I'm really only listing books that are going for, I would say, at least $30, but I'm even preferring to get closer to 40 on Amazon. It's just not worth the time and taking up space to put a $20 book or CD on Amazon because of the nonsense with repricing. So I'd rather just have them high priced. If I have to drop them, great, but there's plenty of room to drop them. Yeah, that's where I am with that. But then also I found, put together some more book lots here. I've got 1, 2, 3, that's 4, and that's 5. And then another one, which you should always be on the lookout, is Will Durant, The Story of Civilization. There are 11 in the complete set. These are without dust jackets, but I'll still get good money for them. I'm going to list them for $85. I sold, if you remember I don't know, it's been a while, but a few months ago perhaps, I sold that same lot with dust jackets. So that's a great lot to pick up. And then I picked up all of these books here. This one I tried to list on Amazon, wouldn't allow me. I needed to have receipts, so I'm going to put it on eBay. Suck it, Amazon. And then everything else here. Yeah, everything else here is for eBay. Look at this one. Dirt. A social history as seen through the uses and abuses of dirt. An illustrated encyclopedia of traditional symbols. Cooper. This one sells like hotcakes all the time. Listed for $35. Man and His Symbols. Carl Jung. Pick that one up. You got a dust jacket? Even better. This one I'm taking a little bit of a flyer on. Black Mail by Henry, is that Hokie? The inside story of the campaign to disrupt America, how it was planned, how it operates, what it is doing. So a much older 1944 book. These are really old. Look at this one. Really cool. The spine is really awesome. Beautiful. And it has gold page edges. Oh, there goes one page that is loose, which I already knew. But this is for $70. This is from 1882. Come on now. There's Browning. If I can open this page and show you. There it is, the date. So yeah, so there's this one that looks really cool. This one also, Little Men, Not Little Women, by Louisa Alcott. Alcott? I don't think there's any illustrations in this one. This one is from, it does not say. Oh, I think it was 1890. I'm going to list this one for $80. So some really cool stuff that I found. Something I want to mention before I end the video, though. Just wanted to share with you what I found, and that it was a very, I was going to say lucrative. But yes, potentially lucrative once I start selling stuff. Book donation, but also just great stuff to put in my stores. All of these are all going to stay here in this location, and then I have another like 5 or 6 boxes for the other location. So we're talking like a dozen or more boxes of books that I pulled that I'm going to be able to put in my stores. So that's awesome. Thank you to the person that donated and the person that read all those books. They had a great personal library. And something else I just wanted to mention is, you know, when you're going through, so this is one of the many times that I have received donations of books. Sometimes I've paid, but a lot of times they're donations from someone that has passed away from their estate, and it's usually the family members that are getting rid of the books. They don't typically keep very many of the books, if any. And I, for one, think about that a lot because I own a lot of. And someone just came. All right, guys, I got to take off because I own a lot of books, and that's something to think about. Don't saddle your family with tons and tons of stuff, right? Give it away, sell it, whatever it may be. Most of your family members are not going to want to sell your stuff. They're just going to give it away. So, oh, no, they left. That's not a customer. Sorry. But you just think about it, right? I own a lot of books. Have a plan for your stuff, right? Because eventually it's going to end up with someone like me, or it's going to get thrown out, and that's terrible, especially if you have really good stuff that people still want to read. Just, using books as an example, it could be anything. It could be a shoe collection. It could be, I don't know, it could be 1940s dolls, or whatever it is. Vinyl collection. If your kids don't want it, your spouse doesn't want it, it's probably going to be tossed or it's going to be given away. It's unlikely they're going to sell it. That's why I get so many of these donations, because no one's trying to sell the stuff, because that's not what they do, and they're not trying to figure out how to do that, and they don't want to do that. So that's what I do for a living. So that's why I get this stuff and know what to do with it. But this was a great donation. I appreciate it. And I'm putting back a lot of the books into, people's hands. And that's a good thing because it was really a great collection. All right, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.